Hey, this is Alex Henninger. The date today is February 11th, 2015, and I guess today is the day that I'm taking the first steps to downsizing my life in preparation for a build and move to a tiny house. The idea of being closer with my wife, building upon the relationship that we already have and having a more intimate space like that. I'm learning more and more that the smarter you are with the smaller spaces that you have, really the bigger they get. Currently our mortgage here is about $1,500 a month, and it's, I think at or just over 2,000 square feet. But we do everything in the living room. My wife has a dedicated sewing room down here in the basement, and yet every single sewing project that she has, she'll get what she needs from the sewing room and bring it up to the living room. Now I'm the same way. We really don't need all the extra space. Why are we paying for it? Why are we wasting our time maintaining it when we could be putting that effort and energy into other things? I learned everything that I know as of right now about this tiny house movement from videos from people who took the time to make a video and share their experiences, their trial and error with anyone who cared to listen to what they had to say. So I'm hoping that I can do the same thing for somebody else. The other thing I noticed too with all these videos out there is they all take place after the tiny home is already under construction, or it's already completed and they've been living in it for a while, or they're just touring a bunch of other tiny homes, which is really cool to see all that. However, I'm really curious about what takes place prior to that. What's the very first thing that happens? And for me, that first thing is Craigslist. I took a good long walk around the house today and really looked at everything that I had and asked myself, is that essential for my well-being and my happiness, or for the well-being of my family? And probably about 80% of it, no, it really wasn't. And 80% of it I haven't touched in years or months. It just fell into that category of, oh, I hate to get rid of it because then I may think of, I may think of something to use for it later. The truth is that that time generally doesn't ever happen. So the stuff just needs to go. This is ground zero of a tiny house transition. I appreciate you guys checking out episode 1. Moving on from here, in later episodes you can expect to see the milestones that we make as our journey continues towards downsizing and eventually building and getting into our very own tiny home. So in the comment section below, feel free to comment on how you got started with the tiny home movement, or what possible questions or concerns that you might have if you were to begin to journey down this road. Looking forward to reading them and opening up that line of communication with you guys so we can see what we can all come up with to make this a better and more interesting experience for everybody. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, I was on my knees for that.